exponential equations. We have this equation: x squared minus 16 is equal to 0. Solve for x. There's three methods that we can use to solve this one. The first one, you should notice that this is a difference of two squares. Difference of two squares, we have two brackets with 4 and another 4 in this bracket. So it's x minus 4 multiplied by the bracket of x plus 4. So it's either this bracket is equal to 0 or this bracket is equal to 0. If this bracket is equal to 0, then we have x minus 4 is equal to 0. So your x will be equal to positive 4. And for this one, x plus 4 is equal to 0. So your x will be equal to negative 4. So together we can say x is equal to plus or minus 4. This is the first method. And then the second one, x squared minus 16 is equal to 0. We take our negative 16 to the right side. We have x squared is equal to positive 16. To get rid of this squared, we can introduce square roots to both sides. And if we introduce square roots to both sides, we are going to have the square root of x squared is equal to the square root of 16. Now, if you put 16 under a square root, you should introduce these signs, positive or negative. And the square root is going to cancel each other with this squared, and we are left with x. Your x will be equal to plus or minus 4. The square root of 16 is 4. So we have two values. X is either positive 4 or negative 4. But this gives birth to another question. Why do we say the square root cancels with this x squared? To answer that question, we need to work with these in exponential form. You should remember that any number under a square root, this can be written as x to the power of 1 over 2. That's x to the power 1 over 2. So it means the third method, I should write it here. The third method, we have x squared is equal to 16. Let's rewrite this 16 as an exponent. We are going to have x squared is equal to 4 squared. And to get rid of this squared, we need to multiply it with its reciprocal. Remember, the reciprocal, we talk about two numbers, a pairs, which if you multiply, they give 1. So the reciprocal of 2 is 1 over 2. So your x squared raised to the power 1 over 2. And we said here, if we raise a number to the power of 1 over 2, is the same as finding its square root. So it's equal to 4 to the power of 2, all raised to the power 1 over 2. The moment you introduce this to the power 1 over 2, you should also put plus or minus. So 2 multiplied by 1 over 2, they are reciprocals, these two, so they give you an x is equal to plus or minus this 2, raise this 2 as a power, multiplied by 1 over 2. Remember the third law of exponents, they should give you a 1. So this is equal to plus or minus 4. So these are the three methods that you could have used to solve this equation. Enjoy.